Welcome to number 3 in the 3-minute theories series. This one I'm just going to give some commentary on other people's theory that Barry Morphew of Colorado, whom some suspect has murdered his wife Suzanne, who went missing a year ago nearly. They accuse him of being what we know as Bridge Guy, who is a suspect in the murder of Abigail Williams and Liberty German, who were murdered 4 years ago. These young girls, Abigail and Liberty, are sisters, daughters, granddaughters, friends, nieces, cousins. Just like, I guess, Barry Morphew, his daughters are sisters to each other. They've got cousins, they've got aunties. And the people that are saying Barry Morphew is Bridge Guy, look at the physicality, look at him. That's Bridge Guy. Well, okay, we've got DNA from the scene at Delphi. It is not necessarily the killer's DNA, so that's definitely granted. If it is, though, FBI have been to Indiana and they've got Barry Morphew's DNA. Surely they've run, these tests and it would have come up if there was a match. But, granted, they are investigating in Indiana because there's lots of ties to Indiana. Perhaps Barry Morphew was involved in construction near the Monon High Bridge with his landscaping business. No one seems to bring that up, and they don't seem to bring up with their theory the following conclusion that, Barry Morphew is actually, when he's killing 2 girls, he's actually killing his own daughters, Mallory and Macy. Is this what you're saying? So does this mean maybe Barry Morphew is the serial killer because Bridge Guy is possibly a serial killer and possibly is the same killer as in Evansdale more years ago, where 2 young ladies, I think they were even younger than Libby and Abby, and they were murdered. And are you saying so he's serially going out and murdering his own daughters by proxy? So let's think your theories through when you come up with them. I already did make a video about what I think about the comparisons of Bridge Guy's physicality and Barry Morphew's physicality. If you're interested, you can go and find that in my Morphew playlist. But sure, creepy person, leaves Indiana, wife finds out why, and he murders her. I mean, yes, could be, hot contender for suspect uno numero here, for the murder of his wife. And if indeed that's what's happened to Suzanne, and I guess sometimes these things do take time. It has been a year. There's been searches of his home and searches back in Indiana, and I guess a lot of people interviewed. But I think, please try and follow your thoughts through. I mean, that does make it particularly heinous and scary, doesn't it? But how does that juxtapose against the hysterical accusations? And again, yes, there's a possibility that anything is true. The accusations that Barry and his daughters are complicit, because the longer Suzanne's disappearance is remaining unsolved, the more the swell seems to come up that it's not only Barry but his entire family who are murderous and who colluded, who plotted, and you can't bear that they stick together, that they're family and this sort of thing. Now, anything is possible, okay? I can understand, rolling things around and bouncing things around because, that's what we want to do, isn't it? But when you go into comment sections and hysterically type, oh my God, look, oh my God, are the police looking, I really feel like, look, if you'd really like to give Barry Morphew as a hot tip as the Delphi case murderer, ring Tobe Leesenby. He probably would like to have this solved while he's still in office. He's resigned and he's leaving in 2022, or rather when his term's up, he's not going to rerun. So just give him a call, okay? Give him a call over in Carroll County. And give him your reasons and show him, send in some photos. Tell them what you know about Barry Morphew. Tell them how it matches up with what you know about Delphi. Make some further connections for him if you think you can. Perhaps construction connections. Learning about the Monon High Trail by working out there, doing some landscaping, delivering a bit of rock, making an uneven wall, whatever it is you think he's doing. All could be viable, couldn't it? But make it happen, make it work, do something with it, but see it through, because think about what you're really saying. What you're saying is if Barry Morphew is the double murderer, who we think is this chap we know as Bridge Guy, BG, what does it say when he's murdering 2 young teenage girls? You're saying he's by proxy murdering his daughters, and perhaps he's done it before as well, in Evansdale, and maybe before that in Zion. Has he ever worked in Zion? Years before the Evansdale murders. So yes, there could be a serial killer here by your reckoning, and you shouldn't be talking about it in comment sections. You should just be freaking going for it, shouldn't you? Get on the phone. Carroll County, CARROLL, Sheriff Tobe Leesenby. Sorry, I can't spell that. And give him your hot tip.